Hold on, let me fix my mic here. Axolotl. Alright, it's Kenny. I'm going to give you some more tips for Planet Coaster, because Axolotl has, he's a good sub. He's gifted me 2 games on Steam. He doesn't need to gift me anymore. I'll pick up Planet Coaster probably during... Here's the thing. With the version I'm trying out, there's a specific reason for it. I am trying out a version that has every single DLC unlocked, and those DLCs, including the base game of Planet Coaster, here, let me show you, are not cheap. So, I want to be 100% sure on what I want in the game before... I don't mind buying games that are going to give me hours of fun. But what I'm going to show you is some tricks I've been learning from... I'm going to teach you about... Hold on, what am I doing? I'm trying to type over my microphone, and it's right over the N key. Alright, hold on a second. Planet Coaster. Yeah, $44.99. Then if you buy all the DLCs, it's $131.28. Alright, that's... yeah, that's pretty pricey. Some of these DLCs are good. Some are... I'll try to pick it up during a bundle sale. There's also another game that I'm interested in trying out. It's called Parkitect. Anyway, let's get to the... here, I pulled this. We're going to teach you about Prestige. I'm going to show you how to maximize the profits on your rides, how to work smart and not hard.
Prestige worldwide.
This is my pitch meeting for my this is my pitch meeting for my theme park.
Management,
Financial portfolios, insurance,
computers,
black leather gloves.
research and development, putting in the man hours to study the science of what you need.
Putting in the man hours to show you how to play this game because the tutorial doesn't show you. Oh, I got an issue with Planet Coaster tutorial. Axolotl, have you played the Good Golly Miss Molly board yet? Well, what everyone else says around on the internet is there's no way that this should have been a quote-unquote easy scenario. Because to defeat that scenario, you have to build an impossible roller coaster. One that should not exist in reality. Because you have to have it drop like 70 meters and go 70 miles an hour. And there's like no room on that board. So, I don't know. I might skip that scenario until I get better at building coasters, or maybe just try it anyway. But with this foundation here that I'm going to show you, you could, rather than starting off boards, taking out loans and going into debt, I figured out a way to play this game where I could start off boards and not go into debt and maximize profits. And they actually start to show you how to do that in the second scenario here. Now, so yeah, this is my borrowed version until I can afford to, I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to show you how Prestige works, and I'm going to show you how to accurately charge for your rides, because they don't tell you that either. So we're going to go to Silversmith Manor. I'm going to show you how to take this River Rapids ride. And you know what's sick? After I did what I'm about to show you yesterday, the Prestige rating on the ride went to exactly 666. And I'm thinking to myself, was this some sick joke from the developers? And I'm going to show you how to charge for the ride, how to optimize the ride, because none of your rides are optimized when they first start off scenarios. I'll show you real simple. And I'll show you how to make triggers, and it's not the triggers you're thinking about. No, we're not talking about triggered snowflakes. We're talking about how to build up the prestige on your ride and charge a fortune for just Alright, so Silversmith Manor starts you off, and they want you to build a park and keep it eco-friendly. And now, I did this. I beat this scenario. I didn't even have to build a roller coaster. I literally had 6 rides in the park. In fact, I might be able to pull up that save game and show you. Well, it's not a big deal because I'm going to show you how to optimize the river rapids, how to put the triggers on it, and once you put the triggers on it, there's a few things you need to do to optimize. First thing you need to optimize, actually, and I think they do this because you have the priority pass in the game. I could show you how to do that. That's where you build a second queue. This queue is too short. It needs to be made longer. But we're not worried about the queue right now. Let me show you the important things. Rolling River. This ride costs $12.50. Now, how do you price a ride? You have Prestige. The Prestige for this ride is $5.91. Typical rule of thumb I learned from experienced player on YouTube is the exact way to figure out what you could charge for a ride is take the Prestige and divide it by 35.14. If you don't feel like doing math, because you know math is racist, right? The easy rule of thumb, every 100 points of Prestige you have, charge $3 for the ride. Now the Prestige just went up to 602. So that means, with that in mind, right, 602 Prestige, yes, put the ride up to $18. Now, you got to remember to, yeah, and actually we could charge more for that. Well, no, 18 is fine. Now, how do we get this Prestige up? Well, you notice this on the thing. Make trigger sequence. What is a trigger sequence? That is when you trigger an animated object. They gave you 6 of them right here. These cannons. I'll show you how to do this. So what you want to do, now obviously if you're building a brand new coaster, you would put the scenery in yourself, and the scenery that does triggers, I did this on every single ride yesterday. I put triggers on all of them, and I was making a fortune. I paid off the $25,000 loan with 6 rides and no roller coaster. Just had to make sure I had enough ATMs in the park. That's the other caveat. Alright, make sure you're... That goes into the special effects. Fireworks. You have fog machines. You have all kinds of shit that you can hook up to triggers. You put them near the ride. Here, I'll put one down here. You see that? Oh, wait. Undo. Now, that's just a fog machine. But here's the idea. All these objects here. You got to click on each one. Click the box. Activate on trigger. You want to do that for each one of these coasters. Hold on. No. Select the... What is it doing? Come on, don't make an idiot out of me. I did this yesterday. Alright, why is it not letting me select the... Make trigger sequence. Anyway, we're gonna... So you click make trigger sequence. Now, we have 7 objects here. The idea is you could put these triggers anywhere on the track that you want. We're actually going to make 7 of them because I put that fog machine there too. And there goes your trigger. Now you could put these anywhere on the ride, but I just put these after where they first leave. Connect objects to trigger. Now, confirm. that cannon will go off when it hits the first trigger. The second trigger, you got to manually go in and click on everything, confirm. It's a little tedious, but it's probably not as bad if you're doing it as you build the park. But this ride was already made. So all you're going to do, now I made 12 triggers on this ride yesterday. I did it 6 when they left and 6 when they arrived back in the station. But you can go as crazy as you want with this. You can make multiple triggers. You can have all 6 of them fire on every trigger. It's up to you. Creativity is unlimited. But we're just going to do 7, and I added that one trigger there, the smoke machine, just to show you. Triggerable scenery. Now, we have 7 triggers. And what does that do for the ride? Well, we gotta wait for one to go through. It's still at the same prestige because we gotta wait for one to go through the, oh, that's the other thing you want to do to optimize your ride. Go to the, operations, change 1/2 load to full load, and unselect the minimum waiting time. So now when they go through, they're going to activate those triggers. The prestige will go up on this ride as soon as they go through. It's got, basically it tests the ride again. See how the cannons are firing as it goes through the that's how you do the trigger sequences, and yeah, it will put the prestige up. Hold on, maybe it'll read some. 602. Alright. Like I said, and then yesterday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, alright. I kind of put them in over there, but you get the idea. Take the 7. And this is what I did yesterday. I took the triggers and I moved them so when they come back into the station, there's probably a better way to do this than the way I just did instead of dragging them all over. Now, like in the, this is going to be really important further in the game when they start having you build the, it's not races, but they're called dark rides because they're indoors. It's like the Kraken ride. It activates on triggers, so as they move through, different things are activated as the ride goes through certain sequences. But for the little bit amount of time that it takes to set these triggers up, and you don't have to do it that, you can do as many or as little as you want. But what it does, alright, so I got these triggers over here now. Connect objects to trigger. Number 8, this. Confirm. Number 9. We'll do that one. Confirm. Get the idea. Number 10. Confirm. Number 11. Confirm. Number 12. Confirm. Oh, was that 12? Don't. Oh yeah, 13. I didn't do the smoke machine again. Alright. So now we got 13 triggers, Illuminati. Because I put the smoke machine on there too. Done. We have 13 triggers on the ride now. The prestige has gone up to 675. Now, it would have been 666 if I didn't put that smoke machine in. Isn't that funny? Yeah, 12 triggers to this ride. It puts the prestige up to 666. It's only up to 675 because, yeah, I wanted to see what that smoke machine would add to it. Apparently it added 9 points of prestige. So now with 675, you can get that up to 700 if you play around a little more. But now you can easily charge, because the prestige is at 674, you can technically charge 1875 for this ride now. Those dollars add up. And no one will complain that the ride is too expensive. I always like changing the names of the rides. The excitement rating's at 442. So, and then like I said, just charge $3 for every 100 prestige you get. And as you can see, my income down here is already up to almost $12,000. And I didn't even do shit on this board yet, except optimize that ride. Now, when you do this on a new ride, same idea. You could do it on every single ride. There's other ways to optimize rides. Let me just show you. We're just going to throw down the entrance and exit. So, you'll notice you can add animations. That also puts up the prestige and money you could charge. Add an animation. Make it go anti-clockwise one more time. And then what you can do, take the scenery. We're going to make fireworks go off. 1, 2, 3. Now, you want to click on each one of these, activate on trigger, activate on trigger, activate on trigger. Now, Hyperspin has a prestige starting off. Oh, you got to test it until you get a prestige number. I want to show you what the prestige is before we... And obviously you do scenery too. Now what I did with a lot of the smaller rides yesterday, I took the dragon animations. Yeah, let me show you them. And I put them on as triggers, and people were going nuts. Like, they were like, oh, this ride is so awesome. Where's the dragon? A lot of the, okay, the animated, alright, we got scenes. Where's the dragon? Here he is. Now, he's on a platform, and I noticed that because you can hold in the shift button and submerge that platform if you want. But we're going to put the dragon there. He's also going to be activated on the trigger. So now, prestige on the ride. Waiting for results. Let's just wait for the results, and I'll show you what these triggers can do. The ride's going a little longer because I did add a sequence to it. Remember? The anti-clockwise one again. Makes the ride longer. Alright, it's going anti-clockwise. I think that's the last time now. Now, I think you also know that you can change the, like the paths on the ride too. Like there goes a wooden one. You could use a stone. Yeah, you can get as crazy as you want with it. Hold on, let's see. Is the testing done? Alright, it's got a prestige of 264. What does that mean? $264. We could charge $6.50 for the ride as is. There's no scenery added yet. There's no triggers. I added the one additional rotation, which put it up a little bit. But now you get the idea. We want to make trigger sequence anti-clockwise. Every one of these is going to, when it does the different rotations, activate a trigger. Connect objects to trigger. We'll put the dragon and this firework as the first trigger. Where's that? The second trigger, when it goes clockwise, we'll add that firework. And the third trigger, we put that one. Now we have 4 triggers for 3 animations. It's going to test the ride again, and it'll give us our new prestige rating after that. So we just got to let the ride test. Like I said, I had 6 rides in the park yesterday, and I was just going nuts with triggers. I was like, then I realized I needed ATM machines because people were paying for the rides, but that's really how you optimize profits in this game. And this will keep you from having to take out loans to start a park. Now for the next scenario, that good golly, Miss Molly, I'm kind of getting the idea that you're going to have to bankroll a crazy coaster on that board, so you get the idea. I'm going to go into that one. I'll show you what that scenario looks like in a second. Alright, the prestige. It's still testing. Hold on. The ride is 1 minute and 34 seconds with that extra sequence. Actually, that's not too bad. The highest you can get your prestige up to on a ride, I believe, is 1,000. At that case, it's just recommended that you charge a flat $30 for the ride. And I'll also show you how to do the priority passes. I didn't mess around with them too much, but I'll show you how you do it. It's real easy. A priority pass allows people to basically jump the line for more money. So if you go here, enable priority pass, you're going to have to build a priority queue, and I'll show you how to do that. First we got to do our, let's just do it real simple. I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to go out to here, loop around, and this is for just so I could show you how the priority passes work. Alright, now you do that, but you don't have the priority pass queue. Connect entrance. Oh, we shit. We didn't connect the entrance. Alright, good. Now, place priority entrance. That's going to be where in the queue line they're going to enter it, which is going to be right when they come in. And the priority pass exit, which is going to be right near where you board the ride. And then what you have to do is go to pass, go to queue, and connect the priority pass within the queue. Now you sell your priority passes with, oh, you have to research it. You have to research the information kiosk. This right here, information kiosk. Now when you get the information kiosk, that's where you're going to sell the priority passes. Now I think this actually makes sense on bigger theme parks, which I don't think my hardware can handle huge theme parks on this game right now. Not a huge deal, but I believe that's why they had the queue all fucked up for the River Rapids ride, because the queue needs to be longer, and maybe they wanted you to put a. So that's the priority pass. Cuts through the queue. Now what's our prestige up to? 272. Alright, it went up a little bit. Now you get the prestige. Now, obviously, you'll get the... You know, as you decorate the ride. Just showing you. You know, just throwing different scenery all over the place. That also, obviously, makes your prestige and... That'll make the excitement go up, actually. I think the scenery makes the excitement go up. Oh, and it's also highly recommended that you decorate the queue line, because without queue scenery and I like kind of the I like using the rocks in this game because they're real easy to work with. You can overlap them and make new rock shapes. Then to really give your rocks that extra oomph, you just throw in some little plants around them. Make the reptiles feel at home. Actually, that's the next board. It's got dinosaurs on it, or dragons, or. And all right, prestige. You know, we could put more triggers on the ride and really shoot the prestige up, but the idea is now 272. Now you could charge like $6.75 for this ride, and as you decorate it, and it does go up. But that's the general idea. And obviously you're gonna have to hire mechanics. Now what's wrong with this game is you could tell this game was made in 2016, and I'll show you why. Because when you hire Princess Amelie, she looks like a girl. She doesn't look like a black trans, because that's what would be in the game today. Can't have that in a theme park. Yeah, look at her. She's got her assets hanging out. That's a real Disney princess. Where's the other? Oh, yeah, the staff. I like this guy too. Well, I like Foxy. She's cool. Yeah, you wouldn't see that in a modern game. Look at those legs. Can't have that in a modern game. Yeah, that's the other thing with the agenda. People are like, what the fuck is up with all the ugly people in games now? What the hell does this have to do with, This guy's cool too. He's the tiki guy. He's funny. These entertainers cost money though. You don't want to put them, you know. They keep people happy though. I heard that they are developing a Planet Coaster 2 to optimize it for modern hardware. I'm praying the game doesn't go woke. It doesn't need to be. There's already diversity in the crowds. You can zoom in. It's diverse. I even seen... Oh, is that a gay couple? Yeah, look at that. Tell me there's no diversity in this fucking game. Is that two dudes? Yeah, there's a gay couple in my park walking with a little kid. Just noticed that. The AI for this game generates random NPCs in any color. Talking about this game's made in 2016. Gay couple pops up on the screen. Okay, whatever. Gay people like theme parks, though. Not a big. They're not shoving it in your face. All right. So that's prestige, ride triggers. You can get really crazy with that stuff, and it really But the next board I have to figure out is this board. People are saying should not be an easy scenario because they want you to build a roller coaster that shouldn't exist. It's insane. Good golly, Miss Molly. Yeah, see? It's got dragons all around. It's a gully. You're not allowed to build past a certain height, and you have to, it's part of the hard part. Build a coaster with 5 excitement, 6 nausea at most, a length of 900 meters, and reach miles of 70 miles per hour, and a biggest drop of at least 65 meters. The only way you can do it is to have a drop going into this gully. I seen someone do it. They actually did it with a, there's one coaster recommended for this board, and that is the hyper coaster, this kind. Because as you can see how, this is a pre-made one. You see how it's laid out? It's made for speed and big drops. It's not made for inversions. You see how wide, you see how long the tracks. And they're expensive. But they can handle big drops. That's what it's made for. I guess you can use any coaster for the scenario, but it was highly recommended that you use the hyper coaster. And they don't tell you that in the game. Roller Coaster Tycoon, I know every single coaster inside and out. The one thing I like about Roller Coaster Tycoon, when you're in an area where you don't have a lot of space, and I don't know where they are in this game. They do have these magnetic launched ones, but you don't get a powered launch coaster. See, there is none unless you have to research it. The ones that they do have that are launched, they do have a launch coaster that is available. Hybrid coasters. The problem is they cost a fortune, like this Copperhead Strike, because they use linear synchronous motor. That means you have to have a station, and to get this coaster up to 70 miles an hour, this is how these coasters work. Basically, these tracks right here are on magnetics, and it propels the coaster forward. Oh, yeah, see, insufficient funds. I didn't even do anything on the scenario yet except build the station, and I am broke. Which means they want you to start off building rides and optimizing them. And in fact, they give you clues. You see how this is decorated up here? Do you see what I see? You could fit 2 small you could fit 2 small rides as soon as you come in the park. Small ones. Make sure, yeah, like that. Oh, we got insufficient funds. You can take out loans, but part of the scenario is sustain a monthly profit of $6,000 or more for 3 months and build a super mega coaster. Sounds like to me you got to start off small and build up quickly, and that's the idea I'm getting to beat the scenarios in this game. Optimize it. Yeah, I could start off with 2 rides as soon as you come in, and those rides, you see this dinosaur? You can't move them, but there's a wink wink, there's a clue here. Activate on trigger. You could put a ride right next to this dragon and activate it on the trigger, and it'll put the prestige up. Then I'm thinking a chairlift would be good on this board, but chairlifts cost some money. We put a chairlift starting over here, going over to there. That's what I did that on the board yesterday. I did put a chairlift in. The customers loved it. They're like, oh yeah, we can take the chairlift back to the park. Yeah. So put a chairlift in, and then what I think I'm gonna do, I always like looking at these boards before I start playing them to kind of work out. I'm thinking I'd want a wider path than that. Kind of. What's that path coming in? 8 meters? Yeah. Kinda, I'm thinking pathing off this way. Oh. go up to. Yeah, you know what? Yep. And then we got a little cave over here. And I think I will have my roller coaster probably the station over here. So I can, because you have a height restriction on this board, you can't go above a certain. So we built a roller coaster. We would launch it from here, have it go up on a chain just a little bit, and then drop it down into this gully and have it come back. And I'll get about 1, 2. I'll do this path differently because I want to put like probably put a ride here, a ride over here, a ride over here. Get things going. They got a lot of dragons on here that you can utilize. These are on triggers. The drinking dragons. So they're kind of giving you some clues here because these can be activated on trigger also. So if you had a roller coaster going by and like going into this cave, right? Well, not that cave, that one. You can't do any terrain manipulation on this board. But if you have a roller, going by the dragons, you put the triggers right on the track and have the dragons animate when the coaster goes by. There goes your prestige for that ride. Anyway, that's what I've learned from the game so far. I'm not a master, but I'm good at learning stuff. What's the sleeping dragon? The dragon sleepeth no more, right? Activate on trigger. What the hell's he do? Oh, he shoots steam out of his nose. He's sleeping. Looks like my fucking cats. Yeah. Welcome to Kinny's house. Yeah, this is what my cats do all day. They're good at it. Is that baby dragons? What's a drat? Sleeping drat. What the hell is that? Did they make animals up? I didn't notice them. Activate on trigger. Yeah, so they're kind of giving you some clues here. And this guy over here. Activate on trigger. Interesting. So they're definitely giving you some things to work with here. I watched the guy build a coaster on his board yesterday, a more experienced player, and he made a coaster and he's like, look, this coaster shouldn't exist in real life, but it's kind of because they put parameters on how you have to build it. You have to go with building a fucking coaster that would never work in real life, and it's just, this scenario should not be on the quote-unquote easy scenario, because it's not just about building a coaster. You have to build a coaster that shouldn't exist. Barely. Yeah, like who really wants to go on I mean, come on, they want you to drop down in this ravine. The guy that built that coaster, he went down in the ravine. He went under this rock right here, came back up. The drop was insane. And then it was fucking crazy. He's like, people would die on this ride. But he did the coaster and won the scenario, so that's why he said it's like not realistic at all on this board. But then again, you got dragons all around and drats, whatever the hell they are. Maybe that's the clue. Like, hey, you're in fantasy land. So the theming on this park. This is part of the DLCs, the adventure pack. That's why I want to try all these out. Yeah, so we got, yeah, pretty cool, huh? And we got knights up here. They can be activated on triggers. Anything that is animated. And then you got cool scenery pieces. I just love in this game. Some of the ones I like this. I use this one a lot. Now that path is too wide for it, but if you do a normal size path, the 4-meter one, it works. And that is There's a bigger castle walkthrough. Oh, the building, so that's right. The castle passage is awesome. Because you could do it, and then, yeah, you could put a path right through it, just like that. And make that like a ride entrance. And the NPCs go crazy. They're like dragons and a castle, whee! Yeah. And then you start putting in some trigger stuff. No, we're not talking about triggers like snowflakes on the internet. But you get the idea. You have your dragon eating outside the castle. Insufficient funds. Yeah, okay. You just get the idea. Like I said, this park, start off small. It's just a waiting game. Start off making some cheap rides, optimize them, make some money, build another ride, and then save up enough money to build my mega. You know what? You just want me to record that? Not while I'm building the coaster. That would be a little difficult. I'd need to use most of my brain for something like that. But after I build the coaster, if it works, I'll record it and we'll take a ride on it. How does that sound? Now, before I end the video, because I'm getting hungry, I got munchies actually. Hold on. Let's see what's going on YouTube before I you know what? Let me show you what I did yesterday. This was Silverstein Manor, the one I was showing you. I'll show you what my park looked like. And I didn't even have a roller coaster built. Is this the one I did yesterday? Oh no, this is the other one. No. That wasn't the one from yesterday. I don't think I saved it. Crap. Did I? Yeah. Oh, wait. Autosave. That would be the one. Is that the one? Maybe I should have renamed the save files. My bad. This might be the, It don't matter. I don't need the autosaves. Oh, yeah, this is it. No, this ain't... I didn't even build anything yet. What the hell? I don't know. Now I'm really looking like an idiot. 10:41 a.m. Maybe that would be later on in the scenario. That was from 10:15. It didn't take me too long to beat the scenario once I started working out. I'll just show you. I don't know if I have it saved. No, that's the one I just did. Alright, I'll try one more time. If this ain't it, no big deal. I thought I saved the, I might not have. It's not a big deal. These scenarios, oh, here we go. Oh no, this was the one I was doing the demo with. The point of the scenarios is not to actually complete the whole entire park, but just the objective. So saving the park, I mean, because you never really complete a whole park. It's just like hit the scenario things or whatever. But what there is in this game is something that is really cool. One, because I have all the DLCs, there's a story mode you could play with Ghostbusters, but I want to learn how to play a little better. That's a DLC you could possibly buy. See, Ghostbusters. It has a story mode. You get a park and you have to hire the Ghostbusters and you get cool Ghostbusters rides. I don't know how that works with copyright on YouTube, because there's some copyrighted shit in that it plays the Ghostbusters music. So, I don't know. I guess you get around copyright as long as it's in the gaming section under Planet Coaster. We'll do the Ghostbusters. That might not be a DLC I can afford when I buy the game, but oh well. You have sandbox mode, then you have challenge mode. And what challenge does, you can make them easy, hard, or harder. Easy, medium, hard, and harder. And what it does, it lets you build your own park. And then if you meet the different requirements for the scenario, it will reward you money. Have a hotel with at least 2 rooms. Hotel size challenge. Now, I don't know how to build the hotels yet. I didn't get to that part in the career mode. But that's the hard challenge for the game. Then if you beat those, you get rewarded with so basically it's sandbox mode with some challenges in it. And it's really made for you to construct a whole entire park. This is the tropical theme. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Alright, that's all for my ranting. Anyway, hope everyone's having a good day. I'm going to get something to eat. I want to go check out Steam for... When's this Suicide Squad launching? It's pretty soon, isn't it? It might be around noon my time. I could be wrong about that. Prestige International. Let's see if we got it. All distraction. Yeah, the cats are good. They're all sleeping right now. Let's go, they don't even... Enshrouded, I heard about that game. They don't even have Justice League on the front page. I'm coughing. That's marijuana cough, don't worry. Good stuff. Oh, here it goes. Suicide Squad. Did it launch yet? This game plans to unlock in approximately 2 hours. And heads are going to roll with Sweet Baby today. They're hiring a whole internet army. When you got to defend your creative project with a whole slew of online trolls, it's fucking pathetic. I come from 1977. My first video game system was an Atari that was owned by my uncle. I played Pitfall as a kid. That was one of the fucking hardest games ever made. Pitfall. If you know, you know. You know, Atari in the 80s. I was so awesome. Santa Claus. I was a good kid one year. Brought me a Nintendo. And when you owned a Nintendo in the 80s, you were the king of the neighborhood. I was beating all the girls away with sticks because they all wanted to play. I want to play Mario with Kenny. Yeah. Those were games. And when you made a game, if it was good, it did good. And if it sucked, people just didn't buy it. And there was no online army you could hire for damage control. And they definitely weren't putting woke messaging in video games back then. No. I come from the age of Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, arcade, you know. And now look what the gaming industry has become, because this cancerous filth that wants to infect everything. And that's why it's backfiring on them. Like I said, you want to get involved in everything. Pretty soon you're going to want to get to the point where you're putting LCD screens in people's bathrooms so they can hear your woke messaging while they're trying to take a shit. And I'm not even lying about that. I'm giving them ideas now. Yeah, they're sitting on the toilet taking a crap. They can't turn off the TV. Yeah, alright, yeah, let's not go there. I'm not joking about that either. They're getting so entwined in everything. The people, Rome knew this. This was the whole point of bread and circuses. But, oh well. You made your bed, lie in it, right? So let's go look at this community. Oh yeah, there's another thing I found out I didn't know about the DC universe. That is, one of the characters, Deadshot, is not even black. And they address it in the video game, supposedly. Oh, whatever. You know, diversity though. Yeah, whatever. The whole point is, these idiots can't create their own franchises. They're hijacking. It was the name of the video I made earlier. Woke level. Oh yeah, this forum's going to heat up today. This will be fun. I want to see how many people are playing online by the end of the day. How many people are refunding this shit. Yeah, it's online only, because why does a one-player game have to be fucking online? Oh, microtransactions, that's right. Data mining. So people can pay $100 for your game and not be able to play because the fucking server goes down. Diablo. Online. I do not play any games that have to be online to play. Although, I've been looking for a good MMO. I've done a lot of research into MMOs, and it's a hit or miss, you know, to find a good one. I was looking for one that really looks cool is actually Sea of Thieves, where you get to play as a pirate. That looks fun. I've been looking for a good pirate game. Very difficult to find. There's a huge market for that, if anyone's listening. Anyway, it's my second rant today. I'm going to get something to eat, so. Hope you enjoyed the Planet Coaster tips. Any questions or comments, leave them below. If you can support the channel, all the links are in the description. Take care, and God bless.